In this lesson, we will troubleshoot two common issues with configuring router on a stick and sum up all the possible issues along with the solution in the keynotes. The first issue is the native VLAN mismatch. In this case, VLAN 10 is configured as the native VLAN on IT Live Skill Switch 1, which means its frame will not be tagged. Therefore, when the frame arrived at IT Live Skill R1 subinterface F00.10, it will be dropped. The solution is to configure the subinterface F00.10 to identify VLAN 10 as the native VLAN. In order to do that, at the router configuration mode, we issue the command interface F00.10, then hit enter. It will bring us into the sub-interface configuration mode. Then we issue the command encapsulation.1q, and then we specify VLAN 10. In order to identify VLAN 10 as the native VLAN, we specify the keyword native, then hit enter. Now let's perform our configuration. Here we are at the PC1. Let's ping PC2, ping 10.0.2.100, then hit enter. As you can see, it is not pingable. Now let's go to IT Live Skill Switch 1 and issue the command show interface chunk. As you can see, VLAN 10 is the native VLAN. Let's go to the IT Live Skill Router 1 and show, run, and filter for the section interface. As you can see, with this configuration, VLAN 10 is identified as a regular VLAN. Now let's make it a native VLAN. Let's go to the configuration mode and go to the sub interface F00.10, then hit enter. Now we issue the command encapsulation.1q, then we specify VLAN 10 and specify the keyword native, and that's it. Let's go back to PC1 now, and we will ping PC2, ping, and then we see it's timing out for the app request and it reply, so it works as expected. The second issue is allowed VLAN. In this case, VLAN 10 is not allowed on the chunk. Therefore, when PC1 ping PC2, the frame will be dropped at the chunk. The solution is to configure IT Live Skill Switch 1 to allow VLAN 10 on the chunk. In order to do that, at the chunk interface configuration mode on IT Live Skill Switch 1, we issue the command switch port chunk allow VLAN, then we specify either VLAN 10 or all VLAN, then hit enter. Let's perform our troubleshooting. Here we are at PC1. Let's ping PC2, ping 10.0.2.100, then hit enter. As you can see, it is not pingable. So let's go to the IT Live Skill Router 1 and issue the command show, run, and then filter for the section interface. As you can see, with this configuration, the VLAN 10 is configured as the native VLAN, and with the correct encapsulation.1q, let's go to IT Live Skill Switch 1 and issue the command show interface chunk. As you can see on IT Live Skill Switch 1, VLAN 10 is configured as the native VLAN. However, the VLAN 1 and 20 are the only VLANs that are allowed on the trunk. Let's configure to allow VLAN 10 on the trunk. Let's go to the configuration mode by issuing the command configure T, then hit enter and go to the trunk interface E00, then hit enter and issue the command switch port trunk allowed and VLAN, and in this case we specify all keyword to allow all VLAN. And let's get back to PC1 and ping again. It's still not reachable. Let's try one more time. Still not reachable. Now let's get back to switch 1 and X out of this and show the configuration, show interface trunk. Now VLAN 1, 10 and 20 are allowed on the trunk. So let's get back to PC1 again and try one more time. Now it's sending the app request and here's the reply. So everything works as expected. Let's read the keynotes for this lesson. This is the end of this lesson. If you have any questions, please put it in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching.